First of that is gumboot dancing. Unlike the previous forms of percussion, this one began in the late 1800s in South Africa, which is also when a certain group of Europeans were going into South Africa to utilize the resources that were in the ground. But they weren't just utilizing the resources, they were extracting the resources from the land, and they were forcing the people and other people to labor on that land for the free ski. That's called slavery. This dance originally takes place in wellies. Why, you ask? Well, as Europeans realized gold was rife in the Cape and industrializing the mining process, one British company, De Beers Consolidated Mines, monopolized gold mining and did exactly what you'd expect Europeans to do, and that is be evil. They wasn't letting niggas talk in the mines. Yeah, they weren't allowed to speak to each other. Like, they were cutting off all forms of communication between the people who are working together in the mines where they're forcing them to work. This is a dangerous, deep ass hole in the crust of the earth that would need ample amounts of communication for it to be anywhere near safe. And they wasn't letting people talk to each other. Like, what? But just because they can't use their words doesn't mean they was going to stop communicating with each other, actually. And so they figured out different ways to do it. That's how we get gumboot dancing. They would use their boots by stomping. They would hit their boots, hit their body to create different rhythm patterns to communicate with each other in different terms. So different rhythms meant different things. Yeah, it was definitely communication. Like, that was absolutely the start of the dance. But it also became a way to express more freely and relieve stress. Eventually, gumboot dancing just became a symbol of resistance as more information surrounding colonization came out in South Africa, right? This was what people were using to show communities and the rest of the world that they weren't taking shit lying down, that they would create new forms of resistance regardless of what they tried to do. Its impact became so big that it inspired a new form of percussive dancing in the US, and that would be stepping. Black sororities and fraternities at HBCUs were connected to what was going on in South Africa and would utilize what would become stepping for their organizations in what are now called strolls to express pride in their organization.